Mm-mm.
All right, Mr. Nelson, you'll need to unmute your line.
Let me mute this one.
Well,
Good morning. Are you Chase Everett Nelson?
yes, sir.
You'll raise your right hand. You'll raise your right hand. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth self you got?
Yes.
Okay. Go right ahead, sir.
I'm going to start with Chase.
That'll be great.
Good morning, Chase. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're the son of Charles Bruce Nelson, the decedent in this airship proceeding?
Yes.
Okay. And your father passed away in 2019 in Beaumont, Texas?
Yes.
And you're an only child?
Yes.
Your mother, Sue Mannerling?
Sue Ann. Yes.
Sue Ann. She and your father were divorced prior to his death?
Yes.
Okay. And as far as you know, you're the sole heir of your father's estate?
Yes, sir.
I provided you with a document called proof of death and other facts. Do you have that in front of you?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And you're personally familiar with the facts stated in the proof of death?
Yes.
Okay. And they're true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Okay, who is Charles Bruce Nelson? I mean, excuse me, not Jeffrey Wayne Davis.
Jeffrey Wayne Davis?
Yeah, I have a death certificate here for Jeffrey Wayne Davis. It's not, there's no will, so it couldn't have been a first named executor. I don't know. We'll find out.
I filed a death certificate for Charles Bruce.
Yeah, if you'll do me the favor in the future of not blacking out the cause of death.
Redact.
Don't redact the cause of death. I will always want to look at the date of death, the date of the will, and the cause of death. And if it's Alzheimer's, I have questions sometimes.
I understand.
So,
okay. Sometimes I don't always block it. It depends if it's
okay.
Cause of death.
Was your, well, there's no will here, so it doesn't really matter to me anyway.
In this particular case.
In
yes.
this particular case, but just for future reference.
Yes, sir.
All right, go right ahead. So what you're going to do, Mr. Nelson, is you're going to make arrangements to appear before a notary public and to sign your proof of death and other facts and your oath of independent administrator. You're going to return those to Mr. D. Cordova. He'll e-file those with the court. We'll take the testimony from the two disinterested witnesses today. And we'll file their proofs. Once we get yours back, then I'll sign the order authorizing administration and the judgment declaring airships. And he'll be able to get you letters that will authorize you to act on behalf of the estate. But go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'll start with Mr. Galloway. Chief, tell me your name.
Kenneth Galloway.
Okay. And you knew Charles Nelson, the decedent in this state, for how many years?
From 1972.
Okay, quite some time, right? Okay. And we've gone over this document several times, haven't we? The
yes.
Affidavit of disinterested witness of facts.
Yes.
Okay. You don't have any connection with this estate. You're not part of the family.
No.
Okay. And at the time of Charles's death, was he married or unmarried?
He's unmarried.
Okay. And as far as you know, his only child was Chase, who we just heard from.
Correct.
Okay. Are the facts stated in this affidavit true and correct?
Yes.
Based on your personal knowledge?
All right, you can go ahead and sign it just as your name is typed on there on the second page. And have you read that proof of death?
Yes,
I mean, that affidavit of disinterested witness concerning the identity of heirs? Is everything in there true and correct and within your personal knowledge? All right, you can go ahead and sign. All righty, so I'll hold this for your e-filing of the documents from Mr. Nelson. And you may be excused, Mr. Nelson. I hope you have a great week. We'll get it taken care of. Mr. D. Cordova will get those documents filed once he gets them from you.
Okay.
And we'll move forward. And
All right.
since you're in Nebraska, I hope you stay warm.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly here, so
Any questions of these witnesses?
I visited with them both. I'm confident in my report.
Court takes notice of your report.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, y'all have a great week. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Who's next? Mr. Black? Mr. Black? He had somebody, do you have somebody appearing by then?
Yes.
Okay, okay, the applicant. Trinity County,
Way up in Trinity County on the river.
yeah, it may not be good Wi-Fi. but, How are you this morning?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful.
I'm Melissa. You want, and that's Melissa Whitney. Hi, nice to meet you.
Are y'all, 3:30, oh, Dryden Place, okay. True. Are y'all, I was thinking about this yesterday, are y'all often in that golf credit union building? Old pumpkin building?
Yeah,
Mhm.
mobile.
Mobile, not
Mobile.
golf,
Yeah, I'm just with President Bob.
yeah.
I moved across the hall when we were. So,
He's trying.
Okay, we're waiting on the applicant.
Yes, sir. There she is. You can see her. That's her, how she's on here.
There she is.
S-U-C-K-N-N-E.
Oh, no,
Okay.
that's her.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, because I saw that too.
Yeah. It's two.
It's two.
Now, tell me what
Okay, can y'all see her?
Yes.
Okay.
what's happened, tell me why there's a half interest in the Dryden Place property. Oh, here it is, 1/2 community interest in it too.
That's incorrect.
So was he single?
No, they're married, but they live separately. Well, he is a happy, I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
Okay,
We talked
okay.
about it.
All
Yes.
right, very good.
She's inheriting his house.
All right, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I get you to raise your right hand, please? And do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the true self you got?
Yes.
All right, go right ahead, Mr. Black.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Kirk. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
You know, we're here to probate the will of your husband, Richard William Moore, as a minimum of title. For title purposes to the home in Dryden Place. Did you hear me okay?
Yes.
Thank you. You have reviewed this proof of death and other facts that we have emailed to you, and it's been FedEx to you. You haven't received the package yet. You probably will today, I understand. But you have reviewed this proof of death and other facts. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you have, all of the facts stated in here are true and correct, including the affidavit that you have paid all of Mr. Moore's debts.
Yes.
You also have been sent a copy of the will. You know, we're probating a copy. The original will has not been found. And would you identify the, can you see the, you identify the
Do you
signature?
recognize that as being the last will and testament of Mr. Moore?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then I'm gonna go down to the very bottom page as a signature. Do you recognize that as being his signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it appears that he executed this will on June 11th of 2009. Do you see his signature right there?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to your knowledge, after that date, are you aware of his having ever revoked or amended this will?
No.
Okay, thank you. A little bit easier for me to hold it up.
Because we're probating a copy, I have Kara here, Thibodeau here, as Kirk, as a subscribing witness to the will. Ms. Thibodeau, I'll ask you that this is Mr. Moore's will. Do you recall witnessing it with Charlotte Jones
Yes,
on June 11th, 2009?
yes,
This is your signature, and this appears to be Mr. Moore's signature. It's a true copy of the will from our office. Is that
Yes,
correct?
correct.
Thank you.
All right, so Ms. Kirk, what you're gonna do is you're gonna sign your proof. Was there an oath of no debt separately, or is it part of the proof?
It's part of the proof, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're gonna sign your proof of death and other facts before a notary public. And you're gonna return that document to Mr. Black. He'll e-file it with the clerk. When he does that, I'll sign the order admitting the will to probate as amendment of title, and he'll guide you through the rest of the process.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, Chris Moore is, I guess, your son?
S- It was Richard's son. He was grown when we met.
Okay, did he used to work for the Port Arthur News and the Beaumont Enterprise?
No,
Okay,
he's
that's a
an,
different Chris Moore, because there's a lot of Chris Moores around here.
right.
All right, well, he'll get you taken care of. You may be excused, and I hope you have a great week.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Take care.
Thank you.
And,
we'll pause that.
All right, y'all have a great week.
thank you.
So you've been with him at least since 2009.
Yes, sir, since 2006, actually.
Oh, bless.
It's nice to meet you, Karen.
Y'all too.
Have a
Nice
good
to
one.
meet you. You too. So Larry has one that's not Zoom and then one that's Zoom.
Okay. And our
And then not
ad
so
item is
Yeah.
Mr. Laudermilk.
Oh, Laudermilk is not here unless I hear it this morning.
Hey, Melissa, can we pause this whole thing? Or does it just stay on stage? Do we just mute it? I guess we just mute it.
William Hyde. This one first and then this one.
Let's see who is who. Linda. If you might be under Daniel Jackson. Okay, so then that's gonna be this one, I'm under Lewis Johnson. We'll see if that's Lewis Johnson. We have Alan. Yeah, I have 4 days off. I went to the beach for 16 girls for my twins' 31st birthday today. We had a blast.
16 girls.
My best friends went with me, Jane Bunker and Troy. We had a ball.
God, I can't understand what you're saying. Sound like Luke.
Okay.
Good. Well, Mr. Ball, you'll need to unmute. You look, it appears you've done it. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can, Your Honor.
Great, thank you. Okay, Mr. Hadner, where do you live?
I live in Grove.
What is PSC 41 box 1655 APO?
I have no idea.
Oh, he's in the military, Judge. This is, the facts are real quick. Mr. Hadner passed and his only heir was not married. He left his son David, who also goes by Davy, and, but he's in the military. So that's the address we've used. If you need a better one, we will figure that out
Okay.
today. But
So
that's,
you're the brother. I just saw David and David. So
Yeah, he's-
your nephew has the same thing,
Is this Lewis?
except for the middle name. Okay,
Is this Lewis Johnson?
that's what had me confused.
Is this Lewis Johnson?
Where's his? Yes, it is.
Okay,
He's got a
perfect.
beaver. Where's his
Perfect.
flag behind him?
where's his Dallas Cowboy flag? That's the one we should have.
Oh, he's a beaver.
Okay, see if he's,
Is that
Oregon
the
State.
Oregon?
Oregon State.
Yeah.
The beaver.
Okay, can I get y'all to raise your right hands, please? Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Very good. Go right ahead,
So, Your
Mr.
Honor,
Dowd.
with the court's permission, I'll call Mr. Timothy William Hadner. Are you Timothy William Hadner? Yes. Mr. Hadner, you're here today regarding the estate of your late brother David James Hadner, is that true?
Yes.
And I understand that Mr. Hadner passed away on or about August 17th of this year, 2023, is that true?
Yes.
And he left no last will and testament, is that true?
Yes.
And you guys have searched, made a diligent search, and there's just not a will. He never mentioned having a will or anything like that, is that right?
Change will.
So,
That will be-
Mr. Hadner, your brother, sorry, was not married at the time he passed away, is that true?
That's true.
And left his one and only son, David Hadner, who I believe you said we referred to him as Davy Hadner, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you've looked over the proof of death and other facts that we're gonna file with Judge Grant today, is that true?
Yeah.
Everything in that document's within your knowledge and true and correct, is that right?
Yes.
And also, you'll sign your oath where you promise the court to will follow the rules in the Texas Probate Code, Texas Estates Code, in handling your brother's estate, is that right?
Yes.
All right. Judge, I will pass the witness to Mr. Lively.
I don't have any questions. That's cool to take judicial notice of my person.
So noted.
Okay, Judge, and then if I call Mr. Allen Ball and Mr. Lewis Johnson, Mr. Ball and Mr. Johnson, thank y'all so much for appearing and helping us today. Have y'all received, I hope, from my office, a statement of facts, each of you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Mr. Johnson?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, and so have you had a chance to review that document, those documents?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, is everything contained in those documents within your knowledge and true and correct?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, pass the witness to Mr. Lottie, your witnesses.
Got questions?
Okay, so, all right. Does he live in Oregon?
Used to. He lives in New Mexico.
Las Cruces.
Las Cruces. Right,
Lived in Bend, Oregon for 38 years.
I got you. Well, I'll tell you, Oregon, the ducks and the beavers, they don't have very tough mascots, I'll tell you that.
I hear you, but we're the smartest engineers in the world, natural engineer in the world.
I'd agree with you, except for Lamar University. All right, gentlemen, so Mr. Dowden has provided you with a statement of facts concerning the identity of heirs, or a statement of facts, I don't know how he has it titled. If y'all can get those signed before notaries and return those to him, and once he will e-file those with the county clerk, and that will enable me to go ahead and sign the orders. I appreciate both of you for your time today, and I hope everything goes well. Thank you for coming in,
Thank you.
albeit via electronically.
All right. Have a good one.
Y'all have a great one.
That's it. Bye.
What did he say about the beavers?
All right. So when I get those back, I'll sign the judgment declaring heirship and the order authorizing administration. Here's a guide you can take with you. It explains the process. You can review that at your leisure. Once that's done, you're going to have 90 days to work with him to get an inventory done. The estate's code requires one to be filed. But other than that, I know he'll take care of you. So I hope everything goes well.
All right. Thank you.
Y'all have a great week.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. You bet. You have a good one.
Have a good Monday.
You do the same.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lighty.
Thank you. You too. Excuse me, Judge. Okay, then we have Linda.
Mr. Jackson. Linda Faye White is the applicant.
Yes, sir. I'm thinking she'll be with him.
Good morning. You'll need to unmute your line, Mr. Jackson. Should be on your bottom left-hand side if you hover over that.
I've got it. Can you hear me now?
I can. Okay, so are you Glenda Faye White?
Yes,
Okay, if you'll raise your right hand, please. Ms. White, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth, so help you God?
yes, I do.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, since I have the original of the will here, I'm gonna take a little and try to speed things up. I'm gonna hold up, Ms. White, what purports to be the last will and testament of Darrell Wayne Harris. Do you recognize that as being his will?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the signature page. And ask you if you recognize that as being his signature on that document.
Yes, I do.
And this will was purportedly made on December 14th of 2022 in Baytown, Texas. To your knowledge, after the date that it was executed, did he ever change it or revoke it?
No, he did not.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Miss White, how are you related to Darrell Wayne Harris, the deceased?
Was my brother.
And he died on August 23rd, 2023, is that right?
Yes, he did.
In Port Arthur, Texas.
Yes, he did.
And you're asking this will to be admitted to probate, is that correct?
Yes,
And no state governmental agency or state charitable institution was granted anything in the will, is that right?
no,
And no children were born to or adopted after making this will.
no,
And there's a reason for the administration of the estate, right?
right.
And you ask the court to appoint you as executor, as your brother asked, is that correct?
Yes,
And this is not a taxable estate, is it?
no,
So you're asking the court to waive appraisers.
yes,
It's all testimony we have, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. White, have you been provided with a document called a proof of death and other facts?
yes,
Okay, have you read that document?
yes,
Is everything contained in that document true and correct and within your personal knowledge?
yes,
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to execute that proof of death and other facts as well as your oath before a notary public. We are gonna send an instruction sheet by email to your attorney for him to give to you that explains the probate process. Once he e-files that proof of death and other facts and that oath with the county clerk's office, I will sign the order admitting the will to probate and authorizing the clerk to issue letters, which he can order for you. Letters testamentary. Those letters will give you authority to marshal the assets of his estate, to deal with financial institutions or real estate title companies or whatever you need to do. Make sure that you cooperate with him in getting an inventory done. That inventory, according to the estate code, needs to be filed within 90 days of the date I sign the order. And other than that, I hope everything goes well, and y'all let me know if you need anything else.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Y'all take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. We have one show cause hearing and then one contested.
Okay, I'm gonna run and get